noticed yet. I'm going to go to the South Dakota's got a new anti-amphetamine. It's a new methamphetamine campaign. Have you heard about it?
So they're promoting meth.
Well, it sounds like it.
Very
Meth,
low energy.
Look, quote, the ad reads, "Meth, we're on it." Have you seen it? I'm totally serious. But, jokes aside.
How can you not joke about it?
Have you not heard this?
You know, that's worse than what Jesse Jackson did in '84 when he was running in the Iowa primary. He had these bumper stickers called "Run Jesse Run." You know, except the farmers in Iowa didn't put them on the back bumper; they put them on the front bumper. You know, that was a bad move, and so is this ad campaign.
Well, jokes aside, says this is from NBC News, Ben Kesslin, November 19th. Jokes aside, South Dakota health experts and government officials want the escalating meth crisis, one they say is ravaging their rural state, to be taken seriously. Governor Kristi Noem took to Twitter Tuesday to defend her administration's campaign, emphasizing that meth is a serious problem in South Dakota. Now, one of the problems here is that meth, we're on it, is an attempt, without them knowing it, at comedy. This is essentially satire or irony.
If they don't know it, it's even
truth.
Yeah, but if they don't know that, it's even worse. You know.
Now, CBS, you remember Gayle King? She's a racist because she does this. CBS Talk of the Table. South Dakota is out with a new campaign to address the state's meth problem. The slogan has a lot of people scratching their heads. Meth, we're on it. Critics say the slogan is deaf, but the governor has declared the campaign a success. And here's my position. The South Dakota slogan is comedy, not advertising. Gayle King said it's got double meaning. She likes it.
What do you think?
She likes it because she says that, and if you haven't seen the advertising, they have older people, boomers, saying, meth, I'm on it, I'm on it. They have high school football students standing there saying, I'm on it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the ad, they have normal people saying, I'm on it. And Gayle King thinks this is great because she thinks the implication is that anybody can get hooked on meth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think that's the implication. You'll have to watch it yourself.
Yeah, no, it's
Tony,
poorly done.
You haven't heard the story? Someone's just chewing bubble gum, and the next minute they're addicted to meth. They didn't know.
Well, the implication is, according to the governor, meth, we're on it, meaning we're on the case.
Right.
Now, Gayle King says there's double meaning. Not only we're on the case, but anybody can get hooked on it. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
And it's just
the meaning is
responsible,
not anybody.
efficient communication to say multiple things with one statement.
It's
It's the comedy version of Reefer Madness.
Yeah,
For meth.
I voted last
that's
week.
correct.
They gave me a sticker that said, I voted. It meant I voted. If they got a sticker that says I'm on it, it means I'm on it. You know?
Woo!
Is he on it? He's on it.
Should he be driving?
Yes.
So I love this part here. This is, again, from CBS Talk of the Table. Tony Dokapil, he says, that's not the way the governor means it. Oh, so we're going to go by what we think the governor means. What they
What's
say.
the polite way to do
Didn't you ever go to English class? They tell you to not, take it for what it says, but read between the lines.
Wet ocean. So Tony Dokapil wants to go by what the governor means, not by the implication of we're on it. And then he admits, though, later that the poster form doesn't work. Because you see, communication comes primarily through vocal intonation. It's not what you say, it's how it sounds when you say it. So, meth, we're on it, when you just read it, it just means you are literally on meth.
Yeah, most communication's nonverbal. So.
Oh my God. But the main thing is we're raising awareness. It says Anthony Mason says, my God, we've got to raise awareness. Well, here's my book. Now, so I took the latter part of this K2L story or this CBS story. Government is like meth, and this is how it reads. If you just take government and put it in place of meth. South Dakota, like many of its neighboring states, is struggling as a result of an epidemic of addiction to Government.
Oh, that's awesome.
Government is filling up the jails, straining law enforcement, keeping the court schedules packed, and stretching drug treatment centers, which often now have long wait times for those seeking help. It's destroying people and families, but not everyone realizes its impact. We need more capitalists to adequately tackle this crisis. Government is highly addictive, and freedom officials are seeing an increase and an overlap with nepotism and an abuse of power. The government's rise is partly due to the ease with which you can make law and how cheap it is to break it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Especially if you're a Democrat.
there's a meth problem in South Dakota. And we're on it!
I have to say, over the last year and a half, we ended up with a meth house in our neighborhood.
Were
And,
you on it?
and what was
I mean, the case.
Tune in and
I thought you meant on the house.
it?
but-
No, I mean, it just quicker than you knew what happened. All of a sudden, it was dealing going on. There was cooking there, but there's dealing. And the depravity of humanity that would not drive, walk through our neighborhood.
Right.
From the surrounding, whether it's apartments, houses, and you just got to see this parade daily of people that just needed that fix.
Right.
And I was surprised at how much it's like, here it is in our neighborhood. And once we got that shut down, it took a lot of police intervention and a lot of us working with the police to get it out. And it's gone now. But the meth problem hasn't gone. It's just moved somewhere else.
And this is the problem with prohibition, because instead of being in the business center and being protected, and yes, they're still going to have their depravity and all of that, but when it's open and so forth, you can deal with it with proper regulation. And you don't have it being in the communities, in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because now it can be in the business
You're
center.
right, because it's just like, for instance, mental illness. I work a lot with people with severe mental illness, and one of the biggest hurdles we have to cross in dealing with it is the stigma and the denial.
Right.
And the same's true with these substance abuse problems, that you got to get past that denial, and then that stigma, that shame is a big part of it as well.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Well, I had an interesting conversation with a major from the Tulsa Police Department right before he got up and lied in testimony. But an interesting conversation, because it was a discussion about drugs, and he was there, and he ended up giving a testimony about how horrible they were, and they had to be eradicated, and kept criminalized and all of that. But in our conversation, he completely agreed with me that you can't deal with the problems. You can't bring things out into the light and deal with all these various issues, because it's a criminal issue. So all they do is throw the law at it. They don't actually work to help anybody with it. And that's Steve Kunzweiler's argument. We've got to have more law in order to be able to force people into it, instead of doing it
He's a
properly.
hammer, and then every problem's a nail. Right?
Exactly.